the next billionaires watakuwa watu wa agriculture really, because a lot of people, the young people, are really moving away from farming. So like research has shown that if a kid participates in like planting and growing their food, they're more likely to eat that food, like vegetables. I do edible landscaping, and I'm an expert in the same, edible landscaping and also exterior design. When I was living in Cape Town is when I was like, wow, so actually some food tastes different. So like when I realized the food in AJ pandwa organically really tastes different.
Right.
So that is when I was like, okay, so in Dizzy, like you're eating a banana and it's just like not tasting like a banana. That is also one of the things that really motivated me to come back and like start organic kitchen gardening so that people can eat the real authentic food. Just recently is when people started accepting interior design.
Yeah.
But then you see we came in with exterior design. So this is more like luxury. It's not like a basic need.
What was your strategy for marketing?
I mean, you can have a good product, but then if people are not seeing it, it won't work.
Classmates, mko fiti, CEOs, mmeshindaje, mmekuwa poa. Welcome to another class. I hope hujachelewa kuingia class. I hope uko ready na notebook yako. Today we have an amazing lecturer on leading our class today. Today we are talking all about organic food and classy outdoors. As usual, we are having this conversation at Longonot Place. Come check out the apartments, amazing space, book your staycation over here. Luku, kama imekubali, ongea na Rajab Karume pale hivyo IG. And yeah, book yourself an outfit yenye inakumekuka CEO but affordable. Our lecturer for the day is a lady by the name of Chebet. She will let us know more about what she does, but she runs 2 companies. Yes, concurrently. So I'm excited to know how she's able to balance that. Jumimi company moja kinaniramba. So let's see how that goes. Chebet, uko fiti?
Niko fiti.
Sikumobo, umelost. Ama ni mimi nimelost.
Tumelostiana. Thank you so much for having me.
How have you been?
I've been well.
You've been well.
Labda wewe?
Mimi niko fiti kabisa. So uja give up na kitu entrepreneurship mtu yangu tumepatana when did I get, which year did I get to meet you? Meet which year?
Ilikuwa 2020 I think,
yeah,
during COVID.
During
Ama ilikuwa
COVID.
one after COVID, maybe 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're still at this, you've not given up.
Yes.
Thank you. What excites you so much about organic kitchen gardens?
It's the passion, because I'm passionate about healthy eating. Alafu pia I did a bit of, it's also in line with what I studied. So it's also like helping people to eat healthy, storing prevalence of cardiovascular diseases, lifestyle diseases, hypertension and all that, obesity.
Right.
So it's just like helping people to eat healthy and like get organic healthy foods. Right. In their own homes.
Please introduce us to Chebet. You know, I think I have an idea, but you know, our CEOs want to know who their lecturer is.
So Chebet, I'm born and raised in Burnt Forest. Okay. So it's Eldoret.
All right.
So that is where I schooled, and then in campus I went to JQuat, and then for my masters I went to UCT. So campus, it was about public health. Or UCT in University of Cape Town, South Africa.
Unapita tu ni kama sio. We are sorry. Nice.
Yeah, so it was more like public health, so story na nutrition, dietetics, and then UCT was more like story na risk factors, their diabetes, gestational diabetes, so like diabetes during pregnancy.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. All right, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, so that is Chebet. So now what I do edible landscaping, and I'm an expert in the same, edible landscaping, and also exterior design through the business, like the company Cool Classy Outdoors.
Okay, so you do organic,
there's organic edible landscaping.
Hizi watu wanarembesha professions na majina.
Hiyo tu in short ni kitchen gardening.
Ni kitchen gardening. Hiyo ndio inaitwa hivyo. Edible landscape. Yani ni shamba made. Okay.
Exactly. You need to make it sound fancy ndo. As an entrepreneur, ndo ikae fancy ndo pia uze.
Edible landscaping.
Exactly.
Okay. And classy?
So Cool Classy Outdoor is more like exterior design company. Right. So like the opposite of an interior design company. Yeah. So it's more like landscaping, pergola patios, outdoor living spaces, paving. So everything that is outside the interior, so like the exteriors of a home, that is what we do.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember a term you used once the first time we met, something about baby girl farming, like nyini farmers but bado mko na kucha fiti. Yeah, I don't know how you manage
we slay
that.
while at it.
You slay while at it.
Yes.
I get you.
So
I
that
get
is why
you.
we're saying urban farming. We're trying to do it differently from how people do it traditionally, like at home. Because when you're in urban setups, they don't want to like ati washike jembe, wachafuke kucha. So you still want to have your nice nails, but at the same time you have your organic food. So we find ways of making the farm, the kitchen garden look easy to work around. So like raised beds and just like very neat. Badala ya kuwa na matope in between the farm, we do like raised beds, we do like paving, even pebbles in between. So it's a very beautiful, aesthetically nakapoa, and at the same time you're benefiting from it, like you're eating nutritious food from it.
I am, because it seems like there's this explosion of Kenyans wanting to eat healthy. So like there's more demand for organic food. I want to know where the food has been grown. Kama ni safe for me and my family. And then there's this explosion of just having our living spaces look really well and good. Sijui kama ni Instagram imetuchocha ama ni nini mtu yangu. Where do you
So
feel
it actually started during, because for organic kitchen gardens, we started during COVID. It's a COVID baby.
Right.
So that is when people are really cautious about what they eat. Because it was also about immunity, having a strong immunity, eating your vegetables and living healthy, like healthy lifestyle in general. So it started during COVID. So people, watu walianza kuwa aware like, okay, kumbe, you actually need to be healthy. Because you remember with COVID, vitu kama, like if you had existing conditions kama diabetes, hypertension, it was really a big problem.
Right.
And all these things, they are also caused with, it's like lifestyle diseases really. Story na aqua, obese, nini. So that is when people started being very cautious, and also just generally that things are getting worse in terms of prevalence, hypertension, diabetes, story na cancer.
Right.
So nowadays things are really getting worse, and people are really more cautious with what they eat. So that's why people are embracing kitchen gardening, eating healthy. Yeah.
Right. I saw you put up a photo a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Nikasema aki tukipatana hii swali nitauliza. Mtu yangu ni wewe nilikuona showground at the Nairobi International Trade Fair.
Yeah.
No. Like ile no. Is that the ASK show?
SK, yes.
Watu bado wenda ASK show.
Imagine.
Let me tell you, for most of us who are not in your world,
yes,
ASK show when we were kids was ile place tunaenda for fun.
During show.
So now at my age, I'm like, so people
Who
still
goes
go
there?
Yeah, who goes there?
Yeah.
What happens there? Explain to us, for the people who are not in your space, in your world, why that trade fair is important and why people should go and support and see what's going on.
So one of the reasons to look at SK is that our showroom is inside the showground. That is where we are like every time of the year.
Right. That's where
so
your
that's how we
office is
set
at.
up our kitchen garden. That's how we also have cool, classy outdoor, like a showroom with outdoor furniture.
All right.
So it's also a space where we teach people about gardening. So while the show is not happening, to go throughout the year. So that's one of the reasons. And also, I'll also be genuine. Mimi, before then, I think the last time nilienda show ni primary school.
Yeah.
But then I noticed, having participated na watu kukuja, that it's very important because it's also diverse. It's not only about agriculture. Like very different people come, like the government institutions, Office of the Attorney, like all government institutions, and then businesses. And then just like gaining that knowledge of agriculture. The next billionaires watakuwa watu wa agriculture really, because a lot of people, the young people, are really moving away from farming. So at the end of the day, in the near future, and even now, because a lot of people have sold land, people don't have land. So the people who have land eventually and will be farming are the next billionaires.
Right.
So also just gaining knowledge on how to do farming. Because hata kuna kwanga na, like the show of like livestock, ng'ombe nini, and you see very big livestock, like cattle, alafu pia like how do they produce more milk, how do they, so it's very educative. And also it's important by the, if you can, and also for the kids, they get to learn a lot, kuna the playground. So it's a thing that people should be embracing.
And I think you won first runners up for best.
So apparently we didn't, but At least you are number 10. And the people we are competing with, Nikina, Office of the Attorney, Office of the President, like
Right.
KCC,
Yeah.
Calro. So we were also very proud to participate and like be number 10 kwa like one of the best stands. So it was really, we can't even compare with the people we were competing against. So,
Yeah.
so also us being in that space enabled us to participate in such a thing.
Right.
So yeah,
Okay,
we are proud of us.
No, for sure.
Yes.
So, in a nutshell, what you're saying, it's cool to go for the ASK show.
Yes.
The Nairobi, okay, International Trade Fair. Kuna kuanga na nyingi.
Yes, Nairobi International Trade Fair.
Trade Fair. Man, I think maybe nafaa nitembee the next one, cause
And
yeah,
also bringing your kids, because
Right.
kids learn a lot, and then like just it's a fun thing to do. Really, it's almost like a 7-day thing. So surely you should get like a few hours to come. Na feel nika nimemarket SK wanafaa
wanafaa
kunipunguzia rent.
nini
Wanipunguzia rent.
For real, by the way, when I saw you post, I was like, you know what? The next time I meet Chebet, I'm gonna ask,
Yeah.
because maybe I think over the years we've made farming not cool. I believe our parents, when they were young, when they were in school, they were told so many ama mtajipata mkilima. So
Yeah.
farming was made to not be cool.
Or like most of us did a lot of farming. The first one ile yenye unalazimishwa enda ulime or like kuvuna mahindi wote.
So even for us, we were always told, soma upate kazi nzuri ama utarudi ushago ulime. Yeah, so farming was made to look like for people who failed in life, yet I think agriculture is the background. Not I think, I believe agriculture is the background of this country.
Yes.
How, I don't know, are you having conversations with people in government, trying to change this narrative, trying to make farming cool again? Because as you said, our population is growing every day, but we're not taking care of our food basket. And that basically means we're going to be having a starving nation very soon. Yeah.
So we haven't really had conversations with government, but at least being in spaces like ASK, you get to interact with these people. Because where we are neighbors to Calro, we actually border Calro and Kenya Seed.
Oh, okay.
So, but also the thing that we are really trying to push is like do farming in schools. So like we have school gardening classes, like kitchen gardens in schools, so that we at least teach the kids and this generation to just like love gardening and also to know where their food comes from. So like research has shown that if a kid participates in like planting and growing their food, they're more likely to eat that food, like vegetables. Just they just like fast foods. I don't want to name brands. Yeah. So, but then like if you have a kitchen garden and this kid grows these vegetables, they're very likely to enjoy and eat these foods. So also we're trying to work with Children's Home. We've done some projects with Children's Home where we also just like volunteer, do a kitchen garden for them. Because it's more sustainable juu si kama venye nitampelekea sukuma wiki and then kesho hawana. But then if we do like a kitchen garden for them, they participate in growing, which is also like really nice and therapeutic, and then they also harvest from the farms. So we're trying to do children homes. We're trying to get into schools, all types of schools in slums, also rich schools, group of schools. Like just to like create like enable these young people to love farming, to make them love farming.
It's super interesting because, my thinking is we come from a country where our background is agriculture for most of us. And so hearing you say all these things, I feel like you're doing the exact same thing I'm doing on my side of the world, which is filmmaking. And people embracing going to the cinemas culture, because that's the one thing I'm struggling with. Kenyans hatuna hiyo culture ya kwenda kwa cinemas. And to hear you say you're struggling to convince people, to make agriculture and farming cool. So that's, I don't know. I'm like, Allah, pia nyinyi.
It's not only that, it's different. Yeah, true.
Yeah, because
it's even relatable.
Like I go to the bank requesting for loans to buy equipment. Aki by this jaipa loan ya kununua equipment. But I know you as a farmer, if you walk into any bank, you'll get a loan to buy a cow. And yeah, no, but yes, like And I know agriculture has been there for a long time and they have, proper structures.
Yeah.
But my argument is always like, hey bro, ng'ombe inaweza pata homa iende. Hii kamera ukininunulia, return on investment is almost guaranteed because 10 years from
Yeah.
now anyway,
I
it's
get what
it's
you're
me
saying.
venting. It's just me venting. So you grew up on a farm.
Yes, I did.
And you grew up seeing your parents farming.
Yes, I
So
actually grew up in an agriculturist home.
okay.
So like we grew everything, literally everything we ate, most of the things we ate. And then we
Right.
also had like a variety. We nearly grew up tukikula apples, peaches, like those variety of fruits in Ushago.
So wakisema an apple a day keeps the doctor, ulikuwa una understand.
Yeah.
Jusi pale hivyo get out kwa tunaelewa hiyo statement.
Yeah, so but then I didn't really realize it was a privilege.
Right.
Until recently when I'm grown. When I was living in Cape Town is when I was like, wow, so actually some food tastes different. So like kuna realize food yenye pandwa organically really tastes different.
Right.
So that is when I was like, okay, so in Dizzy, like you're eating a banana and it's just like not tasting like a banana. So that is also one of the things that really motivated me to come back and like start organic kitchen gardening so that people can eat the real authentic food from the farm that is chemical free. Yeah.
Okay. So ikitu ya, because I know it's always you cause a lot of noise on the media story. GMOs. For you, what's your say? What's your thinking?
GMO for me, of course, I wouldn't support that because also apart from it just being GMO in Amanisha, when it's introduced in a country, then it would be so hard to also say you have organic foods.
Yeah.
Because they are cross-pollination nini. So once imeja kwa market, like in farms, then it would be so hard for even organic farmers to thrive.
Right.
So there's that, and then also there's also that the population is increasing and it's hard to feed the population. So there's that bit where like trying to feed the nation. And then there's also this bit of like it having the negative effects. But ndo maana tunasema like we need to get more of us really appreciating and embracing farming.
Right.
And also the different technologies of like farming in places. Because even in Nairobi, you realize that urbanization, like even the closest places in the city, people are building instead of farming.
That's true.
People are building towards Limuru, and those are very fertile lands that should be feeding us. Kiambu Road, Wapi.
Yeah.
So you can just oversee the disaster coming that in the very near future, all the arable like land itakuwa imejengwa flats.
Yeah.
So where do you get your food? And then now the pressure of if you can even trace back, like growing up we had very big chunks of land. But then now unapata the generations of now unapata the land is also very limited.
Yeah.
So for example, I'm Kale from North Rift, and then like how Kales used to have farms.
Yeah.
And then you find that our home has like 5 sons, wakagawia maybe 2 acres.
Right.
And then now they come get like each person say 3-4 sons. So by now they don't really have land. So the thing is that pressure of having very small pieces of land, deforestation. I mean, growing up, we used to go to the river, kulikuwa na wild fruits. Ara iko lazima like ati you're getting, you're buying fruits. But right now, all those forests, they were cut down because kitambo there was enough space for a forest, enough space for land to like grow maize and all that.
Right.
But then now it's only space for growing maize, maybe like an acre. So even in, like the rural setup, we also want to like find ways of working with the government, with the county governments to also like empower people to even do their kitchen gardens. I think Kitambo it was thriving more. Like people had a variety of fruits, and so for example, even where I grew up, hizo ma apples nini haziko saizi. So I don't know what happened. I don't know whether people moved to like you need to be, like work on education more, and like farming is not cool.
Yeah.
So people moved to the urban setup. They forgot about farming.
That's
and
true.
even the people who are in the farms don't really know how to even do kitchen gardens and like have be sustainable gardening for their homes.
Right.
Yes.
Oof. Manze umepiga hiyo story hata nasikia nikaa heart yangu imesink. It's pretty sad where we are headed. Where I personally live, manze, it's on Kiambu Road. So Manze, I keep seeing that because a
Yeah.
lot of the estates we live in now used to be coffee farms,
Yes.
and now they're being converted to
Into,
yeah. So
but on the nicer note,
yeah.
people need to run into farming because they'll be billionaires in the near future. So if you can
Agribusiness.
get agribusiness is
Yeah.
the thing to go.
Yeah, two
Just
industries
the way.
that are gonna thrive in the near future in Africa is agriculture for sure, and entertainment.
Yeah.
Please, pia hii
You're
idea to
biased.
very
Yeah, but it's
fast.
true. It's true.
Oh yeah. So now you've come back to Kenya. You've decided, you know what, I'm gonna make organic farming edible,
Edible
landscaping,
landscaping.
my business. But so how do you stand out? Because I'm sure you're not the first.
Yeah.
You know, you're not the only one doing this. So now I'm trying to figure out your business acumen. You're doing this thing that was never cool. You know, farming has stopped being cool.
Yeah.
And you're not the only player in the industry who's doing edible landscaping.
Yes.
So now, how do you craft your business to stand out, make it visible?
So one thing is doing something unique. I feel like it's unique because you came in to like make it look fancy. So people are even in the urban setups, people are doing the gunia kind of farming. So for us, we're trying to target this market, like someone who just has a balcony.
Yeah.
But then we don't want to do a gunia in your balcony. So like a nice vertical garden for your herbs.
Right.
And then like kitchen gardens, like raised beds, just making it look nice and neat. Of course, like a few years down, there are also people who started doing it, like
Yeah.
what you are doing.
Yeah.
But then I think for us, the thing that sets us apart is also like being very dynamic. So even in business, you can't start selling something and get stuck there because you'll always have competition. You have to get better. And I always say the beauty of it is that you're the person who knows where you're headed to. So like someone can steal your idea, but they can't steal your vision.
Oh, that's true.
So
That's
once that is in my head and I know exactly this and this is my next step, well calculated, and I know this is how I am moving, then it's so hard. It's very easy for you to thrive. So for example, even when doing kitchen gardening, we noticed that most of the people are asking about landscaping
Yeah.
and exterior design. So I also saw that gap. Because even talking of exterior design, I want to believe you're the first people using that term, like exterior stylist.
Yeah.
So like taking it very seriously. Because even in the recent, just recently, is when people started accepting interior designing, ati unatoa pesa mtu akuchagulie sofa, akuchagulie nini. Because traditionally you just go buy a seat, buy a telly, buy what, and then curtains uzieke pamoja. So it's now that people, just recently is when people started accepting interior design. But then you see we came in with exterior design. So this is more like luxury. It's not like a basic need.
Yeah.
So for someone to build a gazebo outside, an entertainment space, so like you have an indoor kitchen, you have an indoor lounge and everything, living room. But then we are telling people we are making you an outdoor lounge, an outdoor kitchen, an outdoor bar area.
Right.
And landscaping your outdoor space. So Cool Classy Outdoor, Organic Kitchen Garden actually gave birth to Cool Classy Outdoor.
Right.
Because while doing Organic Kitchen Garden, we saw that niche of like, so people are asking about landscaping, nini. And that's how we actually dived in and started Cool Classy Outdoor and ran with the idea. Of course, people have come into the market, but that's what I'm saying, like our vision, where we're planning to go is what is really important for us.
What was your strategy for marketing? Because okay, now I have a good product, I have good food products, I have designs, but how do I get my name out there?
So that's a very good question because the story of it is I started my own kitchen garden during COVID.
Right.
And then I planted a very small herb in a planter like mint. So there's a time when an influencer posted, I'd actually mention her name, Yami Mami. Her name now is
Murugi.
yes.
Yes.
So she was like, I want to promote 50 women-led businesses.
Right.
So like you need to send a photo and then they're going to like post and market it. So I remember I just started the page Organic Kitchen Gardens and then it had like 50 followers. So I just saw the post and I actually normally don't see posts. So it was just like by coincidence. So I saw her post and actually like I sent it to her. And she posted it. Do you know, like from that one post, we got like 500 followers back. 500.
Ooh.
And I remember like, so from then we got like a lot of other social media influencers, like people were influential.
Right.
So we worked with different people. We even worked with Kate.
Yeah.
We worked with Kina Sele, Kina Njuguchi. So that is how we really now got out here. So that really played a huge role.
Right.
Because, I mean, you can have a good product, but then if people are not seeing it, it won't work. So that is when I actually realized it can be a business. So that strategy is also something we've really tried working with over the years, even with Cool Classy Outdoor. Yeah, so social media, because even now our presence is quite, I think we have around 20,000 followers for organic and 20,000 for Cool Classy, and they're all
Cool
like
Classy
organic.
grow.
I know. Hata karibu ina overgrow the mother. Somehow, actually, in terms of business, it's doing better than organic.
So at least manze, we una support influencer marketing. Thank you.
Yes,
Yes.
it works.
It
It
works,
actually really works.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is knowing which influencer will market your stuff. Because then you have to, for us, it's more like family oriented. So like people who have kids, for them to come for gardening classes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it depends with which kind of influencer. Wezi inategemea mtu atakuzia product.
That is true. You offer gardening classes.
Yes, we do.
That's so dope.
We offer gardening classes in Jamhuri, and we're also starting to like do it in estate. So like now that people are closing schools, and you have like kids in an estate, we come and do like a group gardening class for the kids. We also do it in schools. Yeah, so
from how old?
From I mean, a kid can learn even from 2 years. You know, learning is as simple as kucheza na matope and just knowing that. Because you see, what parents are teaching kids now is like, you find kids who are very protected. Like hata mtoto unamwambia usishike matope, usifanye nini. So it's like living in very clean spaces, which is actually not cool because well, growing up, you were given the world to explore.
That is
Kitambo wambiwe kitu itakukata, ishakukata, and then you're like, next time you've learned. But then in this case, even with like immunity, it's very important for kids to like play with soil and just acquire that natural immunity for them to have like, to thrive really.
Okay.
So from as young as 2 years old, all the way up. So just depending on what age, then you can know like what exactly you can teach a kid.
Right.
And also in that teaching is when we teach them about organic farming, the role it plays in climate change, and
So now marketing tick or influencer marketing imesaidia.
Influencer marketing, and then of course kuna hizo za kupromote on Instagram, on Facebook, and then also like attending expos.
Those things work.
Yeah, they work. So for example, we participated in Homes and Garden Expo that was in Sarit Center. And
that's the one you guys won.
Yeah, that is the one you were like first runners up.
First runners up.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I confused it with the Nairobi International
We were first runners up, and we're really, really proud of us because we did like an amazing setup of like a pergola. So like we did a real setup of a pergola, and then like with furniture and all that. And we'll also be there next year.
Okay.
We want to plant a garden inside Sarit Center.
Go for it.
Thank you.
It was even in my list of just things I wanted to find out because I see a lot of these expos.
Yes.
I'm always curious, do these things actually work? Ama it's one of those spaces where tunatafuta places za kutumia budget, watu wapatane wa have fun.
So what happens, what I noticed, not everyone is a believer of social media. So kuna mtu utafanya projects, umepost projects, like someone has seen projects over the last 3 years, but then they want to see. So we got a lot of our clients from online coming to like check and actually did business with them after the expo.
Right.
Because they just wanted to come confirm that, okay. And then of course, reaching out to different kind of markets, because you see social media, not everyone is in there.
Yeah.
So there's like the older generation, who also are like our target market, because those are people who have their own homes, they've settled. So it's really good for exposure, and also just partnering, getting new ideas, like, and you look more serious as a brand.
That
being out
is
there. So
that
yeah,
is
that
real.
also works really.
Before we even go to distribution, because something you've just mentioned has triggered a question.
Yeah.
It's important for you as a brand. I meet a lot of corporates out there, and they're like, "This influencer marketing thing, yeah, it's not working for us. It's not converting." And I always try and have this conversation with them that influencer marketing is not really about conversion. It's more of brand positioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're influencing water,
Yeah.
okay, and let's an alcoholic drink.
Yes.
Yes, the influencer will make me know that particular brand. But when I'm in the club and my favorite whiskey has run out, the
Yeah.
person who actually recommends and converts me to another brand is the bartender. And I've seen a lot of businesses don't know how to differentiate the two.
Yeah.
So I'm a small SME business. I want to spend 50,000, 100,000 on influencer marketing, and I want it to convert immediately. But I feel what you've just said, like you do expos, not because you might get clients,
Yeah.
but brand positioning.
Yes.
People will see you as a serious brand.
Yes.
How fast did you differentiate the two? Brand positioning and conversion. Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, it's quite challenging because
Yeah.
this is a journey I'm walking from the word go.
Yeah.
And I'm the leader, like I'm leading this journey. So there's no one who is like showing me, so this works, this doesn't work. I mean, of course they say like like experience is the best teacher. It doesn't have to be your own experience.
Yeah.
So there's that where we learn, and then there's also like just like realizing what works, what doesn't work, picking and dropping things over time. So it's only recently, I think this year is when we've really tried to like get out there, do expose.
Right.
Yeah, so and then just realizing a lot of things, like even in terms of influencing who works, who brings out your brand better, how does it work, what, like depending on what exactly are you targeting. Do you
Right.
just want to have like the exposure? Do you want to have like conversions? Do you want to make sales? At the end of the day, all these things really matter. So
Right.
you just have to know how to balance. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now you have a beautiful product, which is organic kitchen garden and cool, classy outdoor
Outdoors, yeah.
distribution. Because I know that is always the animal, man. Because I'm
Yeah.
sure with the kitchen garden, you got orders from as far as.
We've done projects all the way to Mombasa, Eldoret.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've even for Tanzania, Rwanda, we've had like online consultations on the same.
Right.
Yeah, so
Distribution, how did you crack that so that now comfortably anyone from anywhere, any part of this country can order it and fikia? I'm assuming as soon as it can, because some
yeah,
of the furniture you have to build from scratch.
yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, locally and even like like East Africa, it shouldn't be a problem because then there are like platforms for like parcels and all that. So and also like visiting outside town, it's also quite
Right.
practical.
Right.
But then most of the time, the clients have to cover transport and all that. But also being online really helps because people see you from very far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
So people see you from far, and that's how you get business from far.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. How do you balance running two companies? Because organic kitchen garden and classic, those are so two very, very different. I know
Yeah.
they exist in the same space, but they're also equally very different
Yeah.
companies. Like, how do you split your time? And how do you manage both that hakuna yenye ina suffer on behalf of the other?
So they're not as different because it's
Are you sure?
yeah,
Okay.
it's just more like I'm a nature lover personally. I'm a hiker. Like I love outdoors. So it's just mainly like outdoor. It's about healthy living. It's like a lifestyle kind of. The business is all about living, like healthy living and lifestyle. So at least there's a common ground that these are my hobbies.
Right.
There are things I
Thankfully.
enjoy doing. But then in terms of like just being able to balance the two, it's bringing the right people in to work with. So like the people you employ. so that you have experts running the, like agricultural experts running organic kitchen. And
I feel like you have yeah, forgive I think kids in it sound weird because of your name,
yeah,
but you have a hustler attitude and mentality, like
yeah.
you hustle all through. Is this how you've been all your life? Like, were you always doing like a lot of things at the same time, hustling
Yeah.
to make the money?
I've actually always been a hustler.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
I hope not the hustler.
So no,
The
well,
real hustler.
the real hustler. I mean, hustler alijipata kama president. To say what you say, you want to
Yeah.
say, but yeah.
So yeah, I've always been a hustler.
Yeah.
I think all along I've just always been very active.
Okay.
Like when I was in campus, I remember. So I was really comfortable in terms of the pocket money I was getting from my parents.
Right.
I remember nilikuwa napewa tu pocket money vizuri, like after every 2 weeks, everything covered.
Yeah.
But I remember I used to sell shoes. Na nilikuwa naenda Gikomba
Uh-huh.
kutafuta viatu za kuuza. So I was in JKUAT Juja.
Okay.
So I remember going around kwa hostel nikiuza viatu hall 4. So which also like really helped me juu watu wakanijua. So nakumbuka nikavai hall rep na nikapata kwa hall rep student union.
Ala.
And then just using that did events nini nikaendelea kujulikana nikavai deputy president student union. So like we did like ilikuwa like the real hata venye siku hizo wananominatiwa. So I did like campaigns all throughout the country, Nakuru, Kisii campus, Mombasa campus, all JKUAT campuses. We actually won the deputy presidency. So thank you.
Mchangu, unaona president haiko mbali.
Yeah, so so the thing is, what pushed me to like just get extra money or like selling shoes. So it's also like not being ashamed of anything, because I'm not that kind of girl who'd be like, but I remember like thinking of it now, I'm like, wow, because Gikomba ilikuwa kwanza ka inanyesha like matope iko. So I was just like, what exactly was I looking for? But you see, the thing is, that small thing that, made me focused, ili lead to the next thing, nikakuwa, student leader. Venye nilikuwa kwa union, nilikuwa na earn salary. Nilikuwa na sitting allowances ya welfare committee. I was a very rich student. Nilikuwa na tuck shop, nilikuwa na M-Pesa, nilikuwa na salon, nilikuwa na boutique. The very rich student.
Why?
Yeah, so
why? Did you ever figure out why? What was that? Where was that push coming from? Because those are like 5 businesses.
At the same time.
Yeah.
So it's just the hustler in me, which I think I got from my dad. He's also like really, he's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And also just learning that truthfully, you can't get like an A in all of these. So there has to be like a balance. So like when I was in first year, I got like straight A's. And second year, because I was just like first year, I think, it was the only thing I was doing na second year. So when I got into student politics in third year, na hizi mabiashara, then I became like like that went down. So I remember not getting a first class honors, and I was like, it's okay. At least ikupata first class, but when Kina Uhuru came to JKUAT, I had an opportunity to interact with them. Yeah. The current president. Yeah. Like, so we had that opportunity to like be in these rooms where decisions were being made, the kind of exposure, even like it was really, really nice, because tulikuwa tuna interact na watu, then also your mind gets, you're not stuck in one place. You see things from different angles. Yeah. So it's always like, it's like you have to balance. There has to be like a balance. So even with organic and cool classy, at some point una realize kuna kampuni na thrive sana, kuna yenye inaenda chini, like in the same, cause there's that dynamics. But now what I've done is also just making sure that we have people we are working with, so that there's someone managing organic, and then that's a stable person. Because personally, I'm already in the next thing.
Because that's your nature.
Exactly. Like I'm already, so like now we're doing something called Cool Classy Holiday Homes. So we're encouraging people to have like container homes, to have homes in different places of the country, where it can be a holiday home, and during the year when they're not there, it can also be like an Airbnb, and not like the traditional building an 8-bedroom in the village where you only stay for 3 days. So also with these, like with our generation, so you can build a home in Anyuki, in Naivasha, it can be a portable container home.
Yeah.
But then you can easily rush there during the weekend, make use of your home, and you can also earn extra money from it.
Right.
Like just that and just
Yeah.
many other things, like
That's
outdoor
amazing.
designer store for like exterior designers. Because now you see now there's more people are starting to do that. But then now we want to have like these outdoor designer store where you get to buy outdoor styling stuff from us. So I'm always like, my brain just doesn't. I
Yeah.
just can't settle. Like it's like I have to be thinking and planning the next step. That is my nature. I just can't. In fact,
Yeah.
my husband calls me Mama Miradi. Funny. There's
Mira-
always something I'm working on.
Right.
Yeah. It's a positive thing, and at the same time, it's a negative thing. I don't know because you just
No,
never
no.
get settled.
It's, I don't think so. I don't agree with you. From the industry I work on, I think everyone with ADHD finds themselves being an
Yeah.
artist,
Yeah.
and anyone who, so no, it's because the world has always taught us that you need to be in a certain box,
Yeah.
and you're only supposed to focus on one thing at a time for a long period of time for it to pay off. But no, we're made different, we're built different. And I love that you know that about yourself, and you found a structure and a system that works for you. So you know wewe ni mama miradi. You get bored really quick and you
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
on to the next
Yeah.
project. And so because of that, now you have proper managers.
Yes.
You start this outfit, you get a proper manager,
Yeah.
give it 2-3 years of your life, and then
You
you're like
move.
on to the next one. Because that's how I'm equally the same. And
Yeah.
that's why I chose this particular industry,
Yeah.
because with my industry, I only get to work on a particular project for a couple of months, and then I'm on to the next
Yeah.
one. So the umbrella company is there, but I will only do 1 or 2 films in a year,
Yes.
and next year I'm doing another one. So it's always a new product for me. So no, please, please, there's nothing wrong with you and
Yeah. Yeah.
what you do, and I'm so excited about that. The other thing I'm
you.
excited about, so I told Chebet that we're just coming to have a convo. Kasema tafadhali, mimi najulikana na cool, classy, organic, kitchen gardens and edible. So we're gonna transform your set as you're watching. And she's like, najua feel uni trust because sensitive equipment and everything. So I'm just going to come with a few things. So we want to transform this particular space as you're watching live. We're not going at it to cut, and then by the time tunarudi to reset
Transform.
everything. But as we prepare for that, because I know once tumesimama tutakuwa almost tumemaliza show. What's your mantra? What's that log line that keeps running through your head, that keeps you going every day?
I really believe in myself.
Okay.
And I'm also really focused. So like once I need to do something, I really focus on that. And I just always try and ensure I achieve it. So just the unsettling spirit. So it's also like really going hard. Nothing comes easily.
Right.
So it's just always like sacrifice and like really going hard for whatever I want to achieve.
Okay.
And not settling for anything less. But then also the beauty is also when you don't achieve what you wanted to achieve, it's not having like a dying spirit. So like I tried something, it didn't work, and then that is it. So it's just like knowing, the stage of like, I'm trying to do this business, it's working or it's not working. So it's time to drop, or like, can I give it more time and move to the next thing? So yeah.
You're super confident. Every single time I've met you, that's the one thing that sparks you. Very confident of yourself. Were you always this confident, or it's something you've built over time?
I think I've always been confident. I'm those kids like during growing up, like the church choir.
Yeah.
Mimi ndo nilikuwa nachukua microphone naimbisha, like nadansisha the entire church, like a
yeah.
crowd, like you're 4 years old or like 5 years old.
Wow.
Where you're standing like in
Right.
front of like hundreds of people. So I've
Right.
always had that confidence.
Yeah.
Because I even remember when I was in class, I think 4, I actually organized class 4 or 5. Like I can't quite remember, but I remember organizing like a class thing to help, because I remember walking to school. There was a mom who had kids, and then I remember she would really used to drink. And she would leave the kids outside there and go drink. So
Yeah.
the kids didn't have any food. So I remember organizing like the school to like do like
CSR.
a CSR kind of thing. So we went, bought clothes, like gave food to those people.
Yeah.
So then it's always been so natural in that sense. But then yeah, so I think I've always been confident.
Right.
But basically the other kind of confidence comes over time. So like you do things, you achieve things, especially with business.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like you also get these clients and you actually realize there's nothing you need to be fearing.
Yeah.
Because like lately we've done like very huge projects with Fair Trade Africa, Kempinski. So you just like
Yo,
kama tumestyle rooms
congratulations.
za Kempinski, like that kind of confidence
Yeah.
that also
Wow.
you get after achieving things. Kuna kwanga na kauoga, but then
Mtu yangu sasa vile umeenda Kempinski, sisi mwananchi wa kawaida bado tutaweza kukuafford.
no. So that's how we always say like our kind of products everyone can afford. When it comes to organic kitchen garden, anyone can have a kitchen garden from a very simple balcony, from even like very beautiful containers, even on your kitchen countertop. Same to cool, classy outdoor. So there's something for everyone. Yeah, depending on just like what budget you have, and so then you get according to your budget.
Absolutely amazing. We're going to have links on the description box to all her social media pages and how you can reach her. Manze, please take a step. Mimi nilijaribu hiyo kitchen garden zikakufa nikapanda tena. So, still struggling and learning every day, but there's something just beautiful about making your dinner and everything else umetoa hapo nje ya balcony yako, everything is fresh, from the skumas to the
herbs,
to the herbs,
mint,
because I love
rosemary.
grilling, I love barbecuing a lot. So using those natural herbs, man, just something amazing about it. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks,
and right now I can't wait for you to transform this space for us. Let's do this. Kabisa, hata hatutakat mtu yangu. Tujibambe.
Do the organic stuff up. It's free.
So maybe just come over here. Yeah.
It's like a very simple setup.
Right. What was the inspiration? Ama hizi ni zenye tu umecall kasema wacha niaje. Zenye ziko hapo karibu sikuje.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, there's a theme going on. So like you have the brown rag, which is a neutral color, really nice for the outdoor space.
Right.
And then you also have a matching basket. Right. And then you can never go wrong with plants. Okay. So that's why we've done like potted plants. Right. And then of course we've just done throw pillows for the for the seeds. Right. Yes.
So that was something, because when Chebet came in, we had not discussed about this.
Yes.
And then I was like, you know what? If you have anything karibu, zieke kwa boda zikam.
Yeah.
So you quickly looked at what we had here, and you just immediately thought of what will accentuate the place.
Yeah. So I mean, for these throw pillows, so normally when you're styling an outdoor space, the seats and most of the things should be neutral colors. Okay. You don't want something that steals away from nature. So they have to be like the earthy neutral colors. So like brown, gray, soft colors that are, don't steal away from nature. So, but then with the throw pillows, you can add in a pop of color. So as you can see, the rag is neutral, the baskets, but then at least for the throw pillows, there's like a pop of color for it not to just be like plain.
Acha tuketi tuone sasa. Have a seat.
Yeah, but ideally would have done like a nice backdrop and all that.
Well, Trust me, she can do much more time. I didn't give her enough time. I wanted to do this live on camera, so she had limited time and what she could do. Still, Nafilaje, do you want to prop back? We go? Okay. So now you have this on the table. I'm curious,
Yes.
what is this?
So this is our organic kitchen gardens product,
Right.
which we've launched recently.
Okay.
So here we have liquid. This you harvest from your kitchen waste. So you put your kitchen waste in a, like a nice container where you're able to put in worms, which we sell.
Okay.
And then the worms digest the kitchen waste. From it, you get like vermiliquid, the liquid, and then you also get vermicompost. This one here, vermicompost. So the remains from it. So the thing is, it's normally, I mean, there are people who would do that, but then for people who don't want to do that, then we get to sell you these products. So these are like organic fertilizers and like and also this is a fertilizer and also a pesticide.
Right.
Yes. And then you have potting mix for your potted plants. So like your indoor plants or like any other plants you're potting. So it's soilless. Iko na pumice, iko na what else? So it's like really good for potting, so that at least unlike red soil, the soil doesn't clump.
Right.
So the roots like are okay in this kind of soil. So we sell these in Jamhuri Showgrounds.
Okay.
And just generally the kind of thing we do with organic kitchen garden and cool classy, we do it from site visit to the end. So we provide everything in between. So like the soil, the planters, the seedlings, and we also do like follow-up maintenance. Yeah.
Wow. So you start with one simple thing and then you realize there's a need and then you create a product for the need.
Yes.
You're basically telling us how people grow their businesses from just being a small business to being a whole big enterprise. Right now, with your two companies, how many revenue streams do you have? You started from organic foods, but now, man.
Yeah. So it started from a small hub, like just selling a hub in a pot. But now we have this kind of products. So that is for organic kitchen garden. So where we have the kitchen gardening, where we come do kitchen gardens, edible landscaping. So we do landscaping, but then put edibles in there. And then we also have the gardening classes. And then we have these products we are selling. So that is for like organic kitchen gardens. And then for cool classy outdoor, we do the site visits. So where we build like gazebo, patios, pergola, like everything exteriors, terrace. And then now recently we've opened our showroom and we're selling outdoor furniture. So outdoor furniture and also like an outdoor designer store. So anything outdoors, pots, things you use to style. So throw pillows like what we have here. So if you just need to like change up things a bit, you just buy a different fabric for your seats, or like like even renovating the same. So we have furniture and we also do landscaping. Yeah.
Hey, Chebet, mama miradi, do you have like a lose 1 million pali tu imekaa tu nirushie tu ile tu
Nikurushie bora izae.
Hey, entrepreneur. Every single shilling that comes out of your pocket lazima
Needs to
izae.
come back with
Needs to come back.
something.
I love that. I love your thinking, and I really appreciate and celebrate you. Yeah, man, this is amazing. This is amazing, and I'm so happy I'm having this convo now, because in a few years you're gonna be a billionaire. So getting to you will be a problem. I know I'll have to talk to a few PR guys and PAs.
Tumetoka mbali.
Mtu yangu aki ukikataa kushika simu yangu nitakukumbusha tukistruggle
pale. Kusema ukikataa kushika simu yangu, because you're also doing really well, Phil. I really appreciate like your journey. You're doing so well.
We're both pushing. Tupatane hapo juu with the billionaire status.
I'm into that.
Amazing. So just having this convo at Longonot Place. Come check them out for your staycation. Luku, as usual, by Rajab Karume. Check out their page. And I hope you enjoyed this class and I hope you've learned something. Please click on the links. Unajua manze, mkiklik inakani kama niko na ROI, haku waste time yake kuja hapa, so it looks good on me. CEOs tusiangushane, but also just to learn from her, buy stuff from her, please. Thank you so much for today's lesson and class. Situpatane in the next class.
And cut.
Yay!